Guru Prasad, respond. It's all very well
Rajdeep
that you say you have an Adivasi as president, you previously had a Dalit. According to Kanchaila, history shows that the BJP or indeed Hindutva forces have traditionally supported what he describes as a Varna Dharma. You have not done enough. You don't want to break the caste system. When you say this is the eternal religion, where is the breaking down of caste? Where is the eradication? Where is the concerted effort to break down the barriers of caste? That there is a Manuvadi tinge.
Rajdeep ji, Kancha, Ilayya. Rajdeep ji, this is the day of Anu. India is reaching the south pole of the moon and you are still talking Manu. Let's get out of that mindset. Let's talk of Anu. Let's talk of moon. We just sent a lunar mission. We just sent a mission to the sun. The country is no longer stuck in that
debate. Does that change the caste hierarchy? No, let me be honest, Guru Prasad Paswan, if you look at a classifieds item in newspapers today, they will again refer to caste identities. We can talk about going to Chandrayaan. Let's talk about the reality on the ground. Are you telling me caste does not exist on the ground? Are you telling me there is no caste discrimination, including in Bihar?
Rajdeep ji, you patiently listen to the observations of Mr. Kancha Ilayya
I'm listening
Shepherd.
to you also.
I expect you extend the same courtesy to me. I expect you extend the same courtesy to me. So we have to understand a couple of things. I have read the works of Mr. Kancha Ilayya Shepherd and the sort of venom that he is spreading in the name of caste. So he has made certain points. He has made certain points about Baba Sahib Ambedkar as well. You cannot selectively quote Ambedkar. Let me make this very clear tonight. Ambedkar is the same person who has said that I consider Ramanujacharya as my guru. Ambedkar is the same person who is considering a paragon of Sanatana Dharma, Ramanujacharya, as his guru. So you have to understand, you cannot take it selectively, sir. And about the works, about the representation politics that has been in practice, you are very well aware, Rajdeep ji, since 1952 to 2020, there was not a single Dalit sent to Rajya Sabha from the presidential nomination route of art and culture. For the first time, Padam Shri Ilayya Raja, the music maestro from Dalit community, was the first person to send to the Rajya Sabha through the presidential nomination route. So we don't need any certificate from Mr. Kancha Ilayya Shepherd, and we have to agree that across the country, and as per the data by the Association of Democratic Reforms, they have put it across that 40% people from the marginalized section are strongly standing in support of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Number one. Number two, if you look at it culturally, if you look at it civilizationally, who authored the Mahabharata? Maharishi Vedvyas. What caste did he belong to? I want to ask Mr. Kancha Ilayya Shepherd. Come to Ramayana. Maharishi Valmiki. Which caste did Maharishi Valmiki belong to? I want to ask Mr. Kancha Ilayya Shepherd. You come to Constitution of India, Baba Sahib Ambedkar, Kabir, Ravidas, all the poets from the Bhakti tradition, they are all represented. They have made supreme sacrifices for the culture, for the civilization, for the nation. The concerted narrative by a section of the intelligentsia, it's completely unacceptable and unwarranted.
Okay,
can I stop you? Rajdeep ji, you would agree to this.
I have a third guest joining me, Professor Sandeep Shastri. Professor Sandeep Shastri, politically, how does this play out? Here you are hearing Guru Prasad Paswan that the BJP has had this outreach to Dalits, to Adivasi groups, to marginalized groups, and then you have Udhayanidhi Stalin virtually suggesting that the BJP or indeed the forces against the DMK represent Brahminical Hinduism.
Rajdeep, I think one point we are all forgetting is content has to be looked in context. What Kancha Ilayya ji said, what Paswan ji said, both make eminent sense. In the particular situation we are talking about, I think what was said in Tamil Nadu needs to be seen in the context of Tamil Nadu. And when we are seeing in this country the difference between all India parties and state-based parties, this is one of the issues that come up. A state-based party looks at issues in the context of that particular state, whereas a national party would try to look at it from a national canvas, changing the context. And when you change the context, the issue has totally different ramifications.
No, but doesn't that make it embarrassing for the National Party? Doesn't that make it embarrassing for a national alliance?
That's why you will hear. That's why you'll hear now in any alliance you will have this embarrassment, be it the NDA or the opposition alliance. There are multiple voices which come up, and each of them develop ways in which we deal with it. But I think we must make a second point, Rajdeep, which is if Udhayanidhi Stalin's statement had come in the middle of an election term, it would not have attracted the type of attention it has. It has attracted attention because it has come just before the elections. And third and last, let's also remember the whole response to Udhayanidhi Stalin is also a response to what we could see as a very clearly emerging North-South political divide, be it on the issue of the new delimitation, be it on language. There are so many issues coming up. This is part of that larger debate. It is part of that larger politics of opposition to domination. So I think we need not look at the issue solely in its specific, in the specific content we are talking about. There's a larger political context.
You know,
I think both sides are looking at the debate from their context.
Given that context, Kancha Ilaya, couldn't Udhayanidhi Stalin perhaps have looked at the wider politics in which we are now playing out? When you make these kind of vicious attacks, which would be seen as venomous, when you link Sanatana Dharma and say it should be eradicated like dengue and malaria, the language you use will be interpreted as hate speech.
No, there is a scope for interpreting, and particularly when Home Minister himself picked up this whole small conference somewhere where he spoke, and then the whole entire BJP ruling structures have come out. Now, look at this. If BJP is saying that this is a language of appeasement during the oath phase, at the same time they are saying that 80% of Indians who are non-Muslims, non-Christians, don't accept this. Now, where does this language influence? Why are they worried about it? It could be treated as a fringe. You know, but why they are not treating it as a fringe? Because one problem BJP has, it can show, there is a caste untouchability, throwing out from temples here. It can, BJP intellectual can say we are going to moon and we are going to sun. This is not the issue. For a human being living as unequal, all Dalits, Shudras, OBCs, majority, this is an issue. Your son is not going to give them food. If you don't give dignity of labor in your day-to-day political national administration by abolishing caste inequality, which is rooted in indignity of labor, what are you showing about sun and moon for a sufferer, beggar, untouchable? This doesn't work. Now that means they are in a way scared that this might influence SC, ST, OBC, Shudras at a larger level. In UP, the Shudra question has come after Ramcharitmanas, and including Akhilesh Yadav said, yes, I am a Shudra. Why did they say? Lalu Prasad did not say that. Mulayam Singh did not say that. Today these young leaders are saying, I am Shudra. And Udhayanidhi, who is a very young guy, is speaking Periyar language. Now, whom do they want to influence? Definitely they would like to influence SC, ST, OBCs. Certainly not Muslims with this.
So you are saying there is a political competitive, what we are done therefore, what we seem to be caught in is competitive politics. Essentially what we are seeing is how politics plays out, particularly in the times in which we live, and therefore there is a tendency to further polarize and divide.